Amateur hour.
Hey, y'all, welcome back to Outlaws, Saloon. I'm Jason.
My name's Ovie.
And here we talk about all things Old West, myths, legends, and more. And power goes out while we do it. So stick around, take a chance, and
Pay a bill.
pay your bill. Donations are welcome. So if you're a VPN, you got some tubes you need to be growing, please
Or
let us
you're Adam
know.
and Eve and have a couple toys you want sold.
Exactly. We'll
Let us
definitely sell
know,
them all.
and we will pimp them out.
We'll try them out for you right here on the bar.
Don't even tell them brand.
If they're good. Hey, y'all, welcome back to Outlaws Saloon. I'm Jason.
My name's Ovie.
And here we talk about all things Old West, myths, legends, more, and we drink beer while we do it.
So grab your whiskey, grab your beer, your VPN, buy the Nords, and sit down because we're going to talk about a good one today.
Let's go. You even did it.
All right, here we go.
So aggressive.
All right, guys, welcome back to Outlaw Saloon. Here we are talking about the next one. And it's good. And it's going to be a good one, guys. Today we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about?
The old way.
The old ways. For all you who do not know, Nicolas Cage is the star of this one. And
Yep.
for all you who do not know, I am probably the biggest Nicolas Cage hater out there.
I am the exact opposite. I think Nick Cage is a god when it comes to acting. I love Nick Cage. Love him.
Trailer Park Jesus, no thanks.
It took forever just to get him to watch it. And since it was coming out, nothing but resistance and hate and anger.
I refuse to watch it because
Destroyed
it
half
has
this bar
Nicolas Cage
talking
in it.
about it. Yeah. So we finally got him to watch it. And, well, now we're going to talk about it.
And now we're going to
So,
talk about it.
Here we go. You might be surprised. Listen.
Yep. So I'll tell you what my initial thought was. It's gonna suck. It's got Nicolas Cage in it.
I was the opposite.
And he thought Nicolas Cage in it is gonna be fan-freaking-tastic.
I didn't expect epicness, but I figure it's gonna be a damn good Western. I just like Nick Cage. I like what he does and how he turns things. Cool. I mean,
I don't think he
everything's
does.
wonderful.
Anyway, guys, enough about Nicolas Cage, and let's get back to the Western.
The Western itself, the story of the movie.
The Western story of the movie. I thought this movie was not that bad. You thought this was something different.
I thought it was different.
I thought it was not that bad. I thought it was okay.
It was all right. It's the story is about Nicolas Cage is a bounty hunter, gunslinger, gun for hire. Back in the day, he was real badass. Apparently. He later on settles down.
Well, movie starts off. There's a gunfight, and there's Nicolas Cage standing, trying to look cool.
Which was cool.
He
That
cannot
was cool.
look cool, but he tries to look
That
cool
was
in a cowboy hat. That whatever. Anyway, there's a gunfight going on. Nicolas Cage kind of sitting back, waiting for all this to happen, and then he ends up shooting, the bad guy or the guy who started the whole time. Oh no, I take it back. He did not shoot the bad guy. He shot the dad of the kid who was supposedly being tormented by the other two.
Well, he was
guys.
going to get hung for whatever shit he was pulling.
Yeah.
It's kind of messy, but there was a big gunfight. But what was cool about that scene was Nick Cage stood there, watched everything go down, kind of kept his cool. It kind of was a callback to me of that wider, it's not how fast, it's just how accurate you are.
Right.
And so he just sat there, saw his targets, kind of watched everything go down, and he laid it out, which was pretty cool. I kind of like that part of it.
It was cool. It was
There was a little boy there. This guy was about to get hung when all this was hard. I'm assuming Nick Cage brought him in. There's a lot of holes in this movie that didn't kind of like line up. Like I didn't know what he was or what he was doing there.
Right.
Why exactly was this guy getting hung again? He went against the
he was a gunslinger back in the day. he ends up kind of saving the dad and the kid from being hung. Well, the dad's gonna be hung, so he kind of saved him. The other guys get shot, whatever, and somehow the dad who just got saved turns around and tries to shoot Nicolas Cage as he's trying to ride out.
Nick Cage got paid. He's ready to ride. He's done. But this guy off the rope, he's got a son there and decides to want to try and shoot Nick Cage. And Nick Cage is like, nope. Kills him dead. Son's like, all man. Nick Cage rides off. Years pass.
20 years later.
20 years later, now he's retired gun. Owns a general store in this town. Married, has a daughter.
Changes ways.
And but he's not the best father. He's very ice. He's very emotionless, which I guess his character is supposed to be.
Yeah, which later on in the movie kind of tells you why he is the way he is. Because apparently the daughter has the same traits that he does.
Yeah.
He doesn't get along well with actual people. You know, he kind of wants to be by himself, alone. He can't really connect with in a personal level with anybody.
Which is cool because there's a scene towards that being where it fast forwards to 20 years later where he's in the general store and his customer comes in wanting to buy flour or whatever because his wife wants to bake cake. And he's just going on and on about the story. You know, just like people just chit-chat and hang out. But Nick Cage's face, he can't stand it. He's just like, shut up.
Eating him up inside.
It's just like,
into him.
Yeah, he can't stand it. So I thought that was a pretty cool thing about it. But it goes on, so these few of these bad dudes show up at his farm or ranch while he's at the store, so
he's taking his daughter to they walk the daughter to school. School's closed, so the daughter spends the day with him in the store. Yeah. Meanwhile, the kid who's now 20 years later growing up shows up at his farm, you know,
for payback
to what he did to his dad.
Yeah, ends up killing his wife. And taken off.
Right. So of course here we go again with same thing. Wife dies, wife's taken. This one, wife dies. Now he's got to take revenge.
So the marshals show up because they're tracking these bad guys down for whatever reason. They've been tracking them. Well, they tracked them to Nick Cage's house. Apparently this marshal recognized him from back in the day and how badass he was, but they don't really say was he wanted, was he hunting them, or whatever the case, whatever the deal was. But then takes place while Nick Cage is trying to bury his wife, this long-ass exhibition of how mean and terrible Nick Cage used to be. Yeah. The marshal telling us Nick Cage's daughter this. Just on the front porch, just going on. It just felt like it went on forever.
I wish it would have showed us how bad Nick Cage was and not sat there, dialogued it in a boring-ass way.
Told us everything right there. He's so awesome. He's so badass. He was a mean son of a bitch. And then like, all right, it just went on forever. Yeah. And then so Nick Cage does some weird shit and towards his daughter, I guess as far as like, he wants to get revenge, but the marshal is like, well, you got a little girl to think about. As long as she's here, you can't pursue that. So for whatever reason, he goes upstairs and pulls a gun on her. I guess wanting to kill her. And then she says...
I think he wanted to kill her because he didn't want the burden of being the dad that left her alone.
Right. He just wants to go after these guys with guilt-free, baggage-free.
Right. I don't know. So the way we started this whole conversation, guys, is the same way this movie starts and ends. All over the fucking place.
It is. It was real, man. It was hard for me to follow right off the bat. I was like, because I didn't know what Nick Cage was. These marshals, all this stuff. Other than the son came back for revenge, very flat storyline. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Not much really happens when I think back on this movie. A lot of it's forgettable. They're on the trail. Marshall's getting some shit with the other bad guys. Nick Cage patches one up, gets some info, and then Nick Cage goes after these guys. They end up in the town for the final shootout. That's pretty much, when I think back, it's all I really...
Yeah, this movie came out in 2023, so it's a brand new movie. It just came out. You would think with all the money that they probably put into it, being that it had Nick Cage in it, you know, the fact that it's filmed now with the technology that we have, the CGI, the cameras, the locations that we have now, you would have thought it would have been a lot better. This movie was not that great.
There was potential for it. And like, you could have shown Nick Cage being this badass, mean guy throughout the story. Like, on the trail, throw some more dudes in there, throw some whatever, show us him back, give us some flashbacks maybe. But like, just to spill it all on the porch And then I don't really see him do much at all, really.
No, not too much. And then a lot of it revolved around the daughter. You know, the way the daughter was like him, kind of not connected to people, not connected to feelings. She was very, if you guys ever saw The Big Bang Theory, the way Sheldon was, you know, it's kind of like very forward, very dry, very not relatable to everybody else. You know, that's the way this girl, that's the way this guy was, Nicolas Cage. So it was very kind of, you know, I like Big Bang Theory, didn't really care for this freaking movie. Well,
nerd. No, it was, I don't like that show at all. But anyways, this movie, same. It was just kind of like, I don't understand. At the end was a shootout that was very uneventful. I forgot who played the main bad guy.
It doesn't matter.
But, you know, he did okay, but he's supposed to be crazy and unhinged, but I didn't get that. He just seemed like just a fucking guy who wanted to kill Nick Cage, and I don't know what he wanted to do. It was all right. I was very disappointed when I saw it, to be honest with you. I was very, like, I wasn't expecting greatness. I wasn't expecting a Tombstone or a Lonesome Dove. I was expecting, like, something a little better. I mean, there was potential there, but it was completely lost. You know, I think Nick Cage worked with what he had. I think all the actors worked with what they had.
I think it would probably
underwhelming.
I think it would have been a better movie without Nick Cage. In the expectation
I don't think so. I think you put anybody there, if they did the same, it would.
But still though, I mean, you put Nick Cage and you're expecting something, and you got Ghost Rider out of a Western.
No, I don't know. The movie let Nick Cage down.
I think Nick Cage let
Nick Cage had more to offer, but I think he was constricted. I think I don't know. I'm all about lower budget movies and Westerns especially. Like, I'm all about it. But just, I don't know. I think back to this movie, and I still do.
All right.
There were some good parts, but I can't.
It's not memorable. Regardless, would you recommend everybody watch this movie? I mean, I know we told you guys we're come back with some good movies and some bad movies and mediocre movies and some unknown movies. Well, this one was known. Like I said, just came out. Would you recommend this movie? If someone had a Saturday afternoon to sit back and watch a Western, would it be this one?
No. Of all the other ones out there that they could watch, I would say no. I mean, if you don't see it, you ain't missing nothing. If you're a Nick Cage fan and you don't see it, you ain't missing nothing. I'd say save that time for something else. I don't know, maybe
online gaming, or go play Red Dead or something.
Go play Red Dead instead, yes, because the entire time I wanted to play Red Dead watching this thing.
Not that this movie motivated me to go play it. It's just kind of like...
No, I just wanted to get it done with.
Yeah.
Because, you know. So, yeah, that's it. This review sucked like the movie did. So, don't waste your time. It was all right. I mean, fuck.
It was better than I expected, but it still sucked.
It was not as good as I thought it was going to be. So I was very disappointed. It's very forgettable. Like, even sitting here thinking about it,
we just watched it not that long ago, and it's kind of like,
it's forgettable. You're not wasting time. Thanks for hanging out with us. Sorry if this review bummed you out, because the movie will if you see it. So we're saving you. Don't waste time.
Yeah. So
there's plenty of others out there.
You know, hit the like button, subscribe button. You know, definitely if you watch it or any other ones, hit that like. I mean, it helps us out a lot. Because we just saved you a whole lot of time.
But we got a badass one coming up that we're excited to talk about. We're bursting out the seams about this.
Yes.
Watch out for that one, because that's going to be really cool.
Watch this one. Don't watch the movie, but wait till the next review, because it's going to be a great one.
Yeah.
For sure.
Thanks for hanging out, y'all. Outlaw up, and see you later.
Adios.
I was about to say adios.
Were you?
Yeah. Fuck. That was more action than that fucking movie.
That's for sure.
That's
for sure.
Wow. I was like, it wasn't so bad. But then when I started thinking about it and talking about it, I was like, fuck that movie. I hated that fucking movie. I was so fucking... Why didn't we try and save it? Don't waste your time.
Don't waste your time.
Shit.
It was.
You want to see something almost as bad? See The Warrant. They made a sequel to that piece of shit. Can you believe that? I was in Walmart. I saw it on DVD. The sequel to the shit fucking Western, The Warrant. I almost burned the store. I was so pissed off. Fucking the nerve of these motherfuckers.
But what if the Warren 2 is better than Warren 1?
I doubt it. The only thing could be better if the price was free.
They pulled the Godfather with the Warren.
Yeah. The Warren was shit. I watched this movie. I bought it. I was like, oh, these are good actors. No, it did not. Nah. The audacity of that shit.
All right, let's watch that train wreck real quick.